Tell me about that performance.
Yeah, we didn't reach the levels that we're capable of today. It's a very disappointing performance. I'd like to apologise to the supporters that came today. Obviously, I think they were coming expecting us to put on another good performance like we have been recently. But today I don't think we really gave value for money. I think we struggled most of the game. I think we were guilty of giving the ball away too often, sort of in bad areas of the pitch. We didn't look ourselves. We looked as though we were a little bit off of it mentally, physically, technically, and if you are like that, you're going to get punished at this level. But whatever way you want to dress it up and look at it, it wasn't good enough today. But you can't be too hard on us as a group, because we have been doing very, very well over recent months, and today we weren't at it. I don't know, it's difficult to put your finger on why. Perhaps we worked hard 2 away games home today. Perhaps it's sort of an attitude of, well, we just expect it to happen, but we know it doesn't. If you don't put the work in, if you don't fight for every inch, nobody's going to give you anything. But yeah, it's disappointing because to be fair to Hungerford, they've obviously been struggling in the bottom 3 all season, and we've only really managed to take 1 point off them in the last week, and that's not a good return against them. But credit to them, I think you've got to say well done to them. They came with a game plan, I think, to keep it quite tight and let us have the ball. We sort of didn't manage to really break them down, and they frustrated us, and then we gave a terrible first goal away, gave the ball away in the middle third and got punished, which we did all day really, and then we managed to get ourselves back in it. I mean, the second goal was a frustrating one because I don't think it's never a corner, to be quite honest with you. I think their lad runs it off the pitch. We don't get the decision, and the goal comes from that, and that's the fine margins at times. But as a group, we have to look at ourselves, myself included, and say it wasn't good enough today. If we want to be a playoff chasing side, you have to win these types of games at home, and we didn't perform.
City almost seemed a little bit surprised by the first sort of 10 minutes of Hungerford performance there. I mean, is that a fair comment?
Yeah, I don't know if we were surprised first 10 minutes. I thought we sort of had reasonable control of the game, but I don't think we were sort of doing enough with it. We then sort of started being sloppy and giving the ball away, and they had a couple of shots. But you have to give the opposition credit sometimes. Well done to them. I'm not, I'm not a bad loser. You have to take it on the chin and take your medicine. But we didn't perform to the levels we're capable of, and and we got punished. Obviously everybody knows that we've had a lot of games in a short space of time over this Christmas period, and maybe that told a little bit on the players today. I think they're a professional bunch in there. Hopefully they would have looked after themselves last night and that, and prepared as professionally as they could. But sometimes in football, you have these types of days where you're just a little bit off of it, And this is what happens. We said on Boxing Day, you'll probably see some strange results, and we haven't got a divine right to win every single week. I've said many times, anything we get, we're going to have to earn. And I know we had a couple of sort of shots there at the end and a couple of bits and all that type of stuff. And you might say that, did they really create loads and loads? But for the standards that we've set over recent weeks, we didn't reach those today. It was a disappointing flat performance all around. It wasn't sort of, I know the crowd were doing their best sort of trying to create a bit of an atmosphere, but it just felt a flat old sort of day. We never really got going. We huffed and puffed, but the quality wasn't there, the intensity wasn't there in our passing, and in the end we sort of struggled really, and that's the way I see it.
How much pressure do you feel under in terms of players? You've set yourself up with some great players this season coming into the January window. How much pressure do you feel under to retain them?
Well, you got like any club, or any team, to give yourself a chance, you have to keep hold of your best players, and we're looking to do that. We're disappointed with the result today, but you can't sort of get too low with it and start sort of panicking too much, and we're just judging on the game of football today. We as I keep saying, we didn't play well enough, but these players have got to bounce back, and that's what we have to do now. You know, I couldn't really go in there and be too critical because they've really given us everything over the last couple of months. And prior to today's game, I think we've only lost 3 out of the last 18 fixtures, and one of them was against Tranmere. So, you know, these lads have given us everything recently, and we've received a lot of praise. Rightly so, and that's credit to the players. And today, you know, we lost a game of football at home to a team that, you know, most people would say we should be beating, and I would agree with that. And we'll get criticised today, and that's the highs and lows of football. It's great when you're winning and everything's going for you, but what you have to do is show us some character when you lose a game. And you know, not for 1 second trying to compare us with Man City, but you know, they got beat. You know, last week the top teams get beat. You see it. You know, Tottenham, you know, get beat against Wolves, and you know, and that's because if your players aren't at the levels that you need them to be. At any level, this level, higher level, lower levels, you know, you're going to lose games of football, and we weren't at it today.
But this game aside, you've got some great players who are possibly going to be attractive to other teams. Does that concern you?
I don't think we can control that really. You know, you know, the players are all under contract, and yeah, I mean that's a good sign for us that we've been doing well. That, you know, maybe clubs are interested in some of our players. You know, there's been sort of a few sort of rumours that certain teams are watching certain players, but we've had absolutely no offers for any of our players. And unless sort of we think it's right for us as a club, you will be trying very, very hard to keep everybody here. And you know, we'll have to deal with that when it comes. But no, yeah, you know, you can't control if somebody else wants to come and get your players. If they're from higher levels, you know, we have to look at it, and we have to look what's right for the club financially as well. But you know, I certainly, if we would have won the game today, we would have been obviously talking about keeping all of our best players and trying to push on. And just because we've lost a game of football doesn't mean now that, you know, we should go to over the top and sort of start thinking, oh, now we're going to lose. But you know, it's only one game. It is disappointing. As I say, we have to now show good reaction against St Albans. Won't be easy. You know, we're still going to have Joe Osler. Kyron Wiltshire will be suspended as well. You know, Zach McEachran, you know, we're concerned about his knee. We get the results for his scan hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. So we have got, you know, a couple of, you know, issues that we're going to have to deal with, but then it's opportunities for others to come in. And you know, we might have to look at trying to bring a lone player in this week. You know we're short at the back. To be fair, I think Ben Jefford and Adoka did excellent against Wheelstone, and they did okay again today. But yeah, we from 1 to 16. Obviously, the subs that didn't get on, they couldn't have done anything about it. But you know, I didn't think the subs really had much of an impact. I put Kunle on, and you know, didn't really work out. Craig did okay when he came on. Obviously, only had about 10 minutes, but. No, it's not the substitutes' fault. As a group today, you know, we got what we deserved, and we didn't play well enough.
Okay. Thank you very much.